Hi there, grief growers. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I've stepped away from the mic for just a little while to gear up for Season 7 of Coming Back, which premieres on September 4th, 2019. But in the meantime, I wanted to bring you some never-before-heard clips from Season 6 interviews. On this In the Meantime episode, I'm sharing a piece of my conversation with R. Glenn Kelly. R. Glenn Kelly's specialty is talking about grief in the workplace, and in this clip he shared his personal experience with grief as the executive of a company after the death of his son Jonathan. It's a small moment in the grand scheme of his life, but one, as he mentions, paints a really vivid picture of the isolation that loss brings to our worlds. Listen in.
The greatest anecdote I can always say, and it's a very mild one, but it gives you the ripple effect of what I noticed. And it took me 6 months to notice it. It took me John's visit to realize what was going on with me at work. But before I lost John, and again, I had 1,500 employees where I was working, and I had 9 managers who were my direct reports. And over the years, we'd gotten into a casual deal where every morning, individually, they would each stop by my office with a cup of coffee in hand just to say good morning. And we would discuss what they were going to do for the day. It didn't start out that way. It started out as good morning, but it turned into, hey, what are you going to do? Those little impromptu meetings were very important to me after a while. After 2 or 3 years of those, I relied on my managers coming by to see me so I knew where their heads were for the day. Then I lost John. And the day I went back to work, they stopped coming by my door.
Oh, wow.
Now, what does that do? And that's just a very small ripple.
Yeah. Well, it puts both of you into a place of isolation. And my boss has no idea what I'm doing. And then you as the higher up are isolated from your direct reports, the people that are underneath you.
Yeah. So now I have to go back to holding formal meetings and having telephone calls and things like that, when we used to resolve those very easily. It's not everybody's business model, but it worked for us, and it was very successful. And I had to reroute that once I came back until they became comfortable coming by my door once again. So, I mean, you could see the impact that had on just baseline productivity right there.
I hope you enjoyed this In the Meantime episode of Coming Back. If you'd like to listen to my full conversation with R. Glenn Kelly about grief in the workplace and so much more, go back and listen to episode 83 of Coming Back called Honoring Grief in the Workplace with R. Glenn Kelly. That's all for this episode of Coming Back In the Meantime. I can't wait to return to you with full-length episodes in Season 7, which kicks off on Wednesday, September 4th. Here's where you can catch me between now and then. Now through August 31st, enter to win a copy of Modern Loss by Rebecca Sofer and Gabby Berkner, and Then I Got Fired by J. Mace III over on my website, shelbyforsythia.com. All you have to do to enter to win is enter your email address. For grief support beyond this show, join me live online on August 26th at 8 p.m. Central over on my Patreon page. Just $1 per month unlocks the link to join us live, where I'm taking your questions on grief and loss for a full hour. My book, Permission to Grieve, is coming out sooner than you think. If you'd like to help me get the word out and get a free digital copy of the book once it's live and in the world, join my exclusive launch team on Facebook. You can find the link in the show notes for this episode. If you'd like to leave a question, comment, or guest suggestion for a future episode, email me at shelby@shelbyforsythia.com. Many of the guests you hear here on Coming Back are suggestions from your brains. As always, my dear grief growers, it was beautiful sharing this space and time with you today. I see you, I am proud of you and the work that you're doing in the world, and I love you. Because even through grief, we are growing.